I'm going to just start off by saying if you can get Jaylen Brown for Ben Simmons, you do that instantly if you're the Sixers, no matter what. So let me go back. So right now I get an alert on my phone, notification, that the Celtics are interested in trading for Ben Simmons, which to start off, that's just a shock in itself because the Celtics, in my opinion, are the number one rival for the Sixers. They're the number one rival, and they're struggling to start the season. The Celtics are, and the Sixers have got off to a really good start, so I get maybe why the Celtics will want to see if they can make a move, but with the Sixers, that just seems really interesting because, I mean, that's like the most, I think that's maybe their biggest rival too. Like, this rivalry is so, you know, they just go at, these two teams go at each other every time they play, and, you know, they've met in the playoffs, I think more than any other two teams, and in the past few years they've met in the playoffs, Celtics winning both those series, sadly, but that's just be really interesting to start off with. And then so it was Shams that reported that the Celtics were interested in trading for Ben Simmons, but also it says the Sixers in any package would want Jaylen Brown in return, which I get, and I definitely would want. So far this season, Jaylen Brown has been the Celtics' best player. So, I mean, if you're the Sixers, you have to do that, right? Like, this is the thing. With the Celtics, they already have a bad start. They're already off to a bad start. They have chemistry issues that have been brought up by Marcus Smart and multiple reports. So, adding Ben Simmons to that to start off with the chemistry issues, I mean, that might just be that's like a disaster waiting to happen to start off with. But then you think about the fact that the Celtics, I don't really think they have very many shooters on their team. Like, they have Al Horford and Robert Williams starting next to each other, I think. And that's already not great spacing. I mean, Al Horford's a decent three-point shooter, but when he was on the Sixers, we know how that worked out with the fit and the spacing on that team. So, and then they got Josh Richardson, Dennis Schroeder, who's not a great three-point shooter. Their best three-point shooters are Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And they'd be giving up one of those guys in this deal. And then they sell Marcus Smart. So, like, their team does not have very many shooters, and you add Ben Simmons to that team. that would just, I think, honestly, in my opinion, that would make them worse. 100% that would make them worse. But hey, don't tell them that. Sixers, you got to get this done if they're stupid enough to do that. Like, the Celtics do that. That's the all-time greatest deal the Sixers. No, it's not, because, I mean, Lillard's playing bad this season. I was going to say Lillard, but then I was like, Lillard's playing bad this season. And Jaylen Brown's younger. This would be a great deal for the Sixers. Not for the Celtics, but for the Sixers, this would be a great deal. Jaylen Brown on this team, they already are the number one seed in the East without Ben Simmons playing, and a ton of their guys missing. Tobias Harris has been out for like the past 3 or 4 games. Danny Green's been out. Matisse Thybulle was out last game. Furkan Korkmaz has missed time. A ton, and of course, Ben Simmons hasn't played at all. So this team is winning despite missing a ton of their players. And you add Jaylen Brown to this team, it would just be so good. He could be that closing player that this team needs. He can just go and create his own shot whenever he needs to. Go get a bucket, score. He's a great scorer. He can score from all 3 levels. And he's still young, and he's on a good contract, too. He's on a good contract. So, man, if the Sixers could somehow find a way to pull that off, that would be an all-time great trade. That would be a great trade for the Sixers, and I think that could really push them into title contention, and as being obviously one of the best teams in the East, even though they're already the 1 seed. So that would make me so excited. That would be awesome. That would be a great trade. Like the other day when they beat the Bulls, I made a video just going, I love this team. I love this team so much. This is an awesome team. They're finding ways to win even without their players playing. If you add Jaylen Brown to this team, oh my gosh. And that would just make the Sixers-Celtics rivalry 1,000 times better, because Ben Simmons on the Celtics, that's like 2 things that Sixers fans hate combined. So that would be an amazing trade all around. So, yeah, Daryl Morey, get that done if you can. All right. Subscribe to PhillyFan21 for more videos covering the Sixers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Like the video, it only takes a second. Leave a comment down below giving me all your thoughts and opinions on this potential trade. And that's all I got for this video, so thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.